CNN's John Zarella.
Wolf, it's expected to be an active hurricane season, which means lots of hurricane hunter flights into storms to gather data. But in just a few years, a fleet of miniature aircraft just like this being developed at the University of Florida could revolutionize hurricane forecasting. If you didn't know any better, you'd easily mistake this for a model airplane club. But the tiny planes being developed here at the University of Florida, they call them drones, are more than toys. Some no bigger than a bat. So there's really nothing to it. It's
nothing actually.
It's got hardly any weight to it at all.
Right.
Could one day save your life. For decades, hurricane hunter aircraft have been flying into the hearts of the storms, gathering information to help determine a hurricane's path and strength. Science has gotten increasingly better at forecasting the direction a storm will take. Figuring out how strong it might get has been problematic. So, enter the drones.
When you are using hundreds of very small, cheap sensors, you could get actually significantly better result than a concentrated larger sensor.
In addition to a hurricane hunter aircraft flying the storm, you'd bombard it with dozens of drones dropped over the top of or around the outskirts of the hurricane. They'll be equipped with sensors to measure pressure, temperature, and humidity, data critical to forecasting hurricane strength. Sounds great, right? But how come these featherweight flyers won't be obliterated, knocked to pieces? Well, guess what? That's kind of how it's supposed to work.
In fact, most of the flight, they will tumble around and they get tossed around like a debris. Once in a while, we tell them that actually push yourself up a little bit.
Once in the right spot, researchers say the hurricane does the rest. Its circulation draws the drones to the eye wall. All the time, they'll be relaying back data. And most should survive the ordeal.
Your impact energy is proportional to your mass.
Bottom line, if they were big, they'd splat. Because they're small, they won't. It really goes to that very simple saying, the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Exactly.
Right?
Absolutely.
The drones will have company too. Miniature submarines under development would transmit back water temperature, the hurricane's fuel source. The drones and mini-subs have military applications as well. The researchers say some funding comes from the Air Force and Navy. But for now, the enemy is the hurricane. Researchers here say that within just 2 to 3 years, they should be ready for the first test flights into the eye of a storm. Wolf?
John Zarella in Florida. They're getting ready there. I was just in Florida over the weekend, and I know when hurricane season begins on June 1st, they're ready for it in Florida. We wish everyone, not only in Florida, but all along the U.S. coasts, the best of luck with this hurricane season. Happening now, we're going to take you inside the life and death of 3 storm chasers. The danger finally caught up to them. Plus, we're at the scene of a raging California wildfire this hour, threatening hundreds of homes near Los Angeles.